Nobel laureate Robert Solow said a country's economic growth is directly related to its level of science and technology education. Unfortunately, there's a significant gap in that area in the Philippines' education system. Making science education fun for your children is also sometimes a difficult task, believe me, yes. All this may soon change with the opening of a world-class science museum right here in the Metro. Now, to tell us more about the Mind Museum is its head of operations, Ms. Chiki Batak. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. I've seen the website. It's at mindmuseum.org. If you want to see pictures, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see. We'll be able to show the pictures here, but I'm pretty much excited about this project. Tell us more about it. When did you start this dream of having a world-class science museum in the country?
Planning for it started actually a long time ago in 2007, and since then, while we're planning for the exhibitions in the galleries, we're also trying to raise funds for it. So a lot of generous corporations, families, and individuals made their own contributions to make the dream come alive.
Okay, we'll ask you how we can help also in making your dream come true. And but first, what's the purpose of putting up a science museum in the first place?
The foundation, which is the proponent for it, Bonifacio Art Foundation Inc., has been taking care of the art program in Bonifacio Global City, and they wanted a different advocacy, so they went into the sciences, which is why...
So it's an art foundation.
Yes, running a science museum.
Yes.
And it is something that their country lacks. So the trustees gave a go-ahead, given that it is something that we need to address a gap in science education in the country.
Give us a picture of how bad it is, what the condition of the interest of kids in science.
One of the studies that made the team decide on doing a science museum was a study in 2007 wherein the performance in science among different countries was looked into, and the Philippines placed a really dismal 40 plus among so many countries who took the exam. So
wait, here we go. The Philippines ranked 42nd among 45 countries at the high school level.
Yeah, so it is such a pity, and we really think that we'd like to make a little contribution, do our own share in trying to do something about the public appreciation of science.
Okay, you're gonna have a soft opening next month, December 2011, but it's not really going to be open to the public yet. Your big launch will be
in March of 2012. We're signaling the completion of the project this December via that ceremonial opening, but we welcome the public come March of 2012.
Give me a picture of what kids can expect when they enter, even adults. I'm pretty much excited about this. I told you about it a while ago. Science was my favorite subject. I don't remember if I did really well, but it is my favorite subject. But give us a picture of, give us a walkthrough. When you enter the museum, what can we see? What will we be able to feel?
First, the story is, it tells the story of what we know, how we know it, and what we do with what we know. So there are 5 galleries, 4 of which are the basic sciences. That's atom, life, earth, and universe.
Okay.
So we have those 4 galleries at the ground floor of the museum, and then when you go to the second floor, there is the technology gallery, because now that you know the basics of the sciences, what do you do now with what you know? So that's technology, the showcase of human ingenuity. So we really wanted to tell that story. Each of the galleries would have a centerpiece. So what we're really proud of would be, for the first time, we're having a permanent dinosaur exhibition. It's a 40-foot cast of the most complete fossils of a T-Rex found. So it's called Stan, the name of the discoverer. So we'll have that in the Earth Gallery. We're also featuring the history of the Earth in a 12-minute 3D animated film. So we're compressing 4.6 billion years of the story of the Earth into a 12-minute film. So we're also gearing up for that particular showcase in the Earth Gallery. There is a humongous brain in the Life Gallery. So it's a walkthrough
A real brain?
exhibit. No, it's fabricated here in the Philippines. And also we also have a space shell, which is our mini planetarium, wherein what's different about it is instead of sitting on cinema seats, you can lounge on memory foams, so that you can lie back and sit in however which way you want and get to see the stars.
We're showing you drawings
Images,
of the images of the plans for the Science Museum. There is a science museum somewhere at the Mall of Asia. How will you be? Excuse me. How are you going to compare yourself to that?
What makes this different is that there is a story that we tell across the galleries. Plus, the science learning is an interactive way, no? So it's minds-on and hands-on of all 250 exhibits.
Right, I like that term. Minds-on and hands-on.
Yes. And aside from the galleries within the museum, at the exterior, there's a Science in the Park, which is an al fresco enjoyment of science exhibits. So that's a plus also for the Mind Museum.
So minds-on and hands-on, it's not your usual museum when you just walk around and look at the exhibits and then you just read. Will there be group tours for classes?
And we're calling our guides mind movers. So so they're qualified and trained science graduates who will help kids through the gallery. So the idea is they're not just your regular guides, but someone who can give value also aside from you enjoying the exhibits if you have questions.
And these are people who are really interested in what they're talking about. These are not your usual guides who just went through something they read and they just memorized it and just pointing at the exhibit. These people can really answer your questions.
Yes. And we actually have an archaeologist on board, a marine biologist on board, and they're all very excited to work for the Mind Museum.
Okay, it's going to open first quarter of 2012, but you are asking for help from people to make this dream come true.
Yes, a lot of individuals actually can help build the Mind Museum. We have virtual exhibits online, so you can sponsor a star. The star can be named after you, a loved one, a friend.
We're talking about a real star?
No, these are
virtual stars.
Stars in our virtual sky. So you can name it after a friend, after a family member. It gets to appear also in the Mind Museum. We have a touch screen there wherein all of the donors' names and how they appear on our website will also be featured. So you can sponsor a star, an element in our periodic table.
Oh.
Yes, and pretty soon we're also launching naming comets so that you can also sponsor comets. So interested individuals can log on to www.themindmuseum.org to do that.
All the information will be there.
All the information.
If they want to donate in this endeavor. Okay, how much would it cost for the entrance fee?
We're still finalizing our rates, but we're pretty sure that we want to subsidize admission fees for public school students, since we want to be able to reach out to as many students as we can. So we hope to announce it very soon.
Okay, Chiki Batak, the head of operations for the Mind Museum. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you also for having us.
Thank you. Coming up, we'll hear